Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Solgaleo from Pokemon. Let's get started in the center of our page with the nose. So I'm going to start right in the middle with a point. From this point I want to angle up and out towards the left. Now from the center we're going to go up and out towards the right. Now I'm going to take these ends and curve down towards the center point. Starting on the left, curve down and then in, and we'll go back up on the right side. Now we're going to move up and draw on the top edge of the muzzle. So right in the middle, we're going to step up and draw in a point. From this point, we're going to angle up and out again. At the same angle, we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now from here, I want to draw on the point. From here, we're going to do a steeper angle going up. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now from here, we want to taper it back down towards the nose to right about there. Now on the left side, I want to curve and round out the side of the muzzle, going out and then down. Now from these points, I want to draw on the top edge of the whisker. So on the left side, we're going to curve up, down, and then you're going to flare it back up. Right here, we're going to pull it back out and up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Going up, down, and then right at the end, we'll flare it up. Now we're going to take the ends and just taper back in with a short curve. Now we're going to move back to the inside and draw on the eyes. I'm going to start with an angled line for the upper part of the brow. Starting on the left, we're going to come down at an angle and in, leaving a small little gap on the inside. Now on the inside, I just want to draw a short angled line going out to the edge of the eye. Now on the outside, we're going to curve and round out the side of the eye. Starting on the left, we'll go out and back down. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a straight line. Now we're going to tuck 2 half ovals underneath the eyelid for the pupil. Starting on the left, curve down towards the bottom and then back up. Now we're going to just trace this out on the inside to create a thin ring. Do the same thing on the right side. Directly below the eyes, we're going to step down on top of the whisker and just draw an angled line going up and out. Now from the end of the line, we're going to curve around the eye and then up towards the top of the head. We bring this up to right about there. Now from here, we're going to draw a point aimed towards the center of the head. So let's start on the left side. We're going to angle towards the center of the head. Now we're going to taper that back up, almost like drawing a V. Do the same thing on the right. Coming in towards the center of the head. And then we'll pull that back up. Now let's connect those 2 points with a curve. Now at the tip of this point here, I'm just going to draw a short angled line going out and up. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Now let's move to the outside and draw in the points. So just above the top of the head, we're going to start with a curve from left to right, coming down, and then back up on the right. Now here we want to draw in those 2 large points. From this point here, we'll go up and then out. Now I'm going to bring it down towards this point, but we're going to leave a gap on the inside. Right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now here we're going to curve in and then out towards the side of the head. Starting on the left, we'll go in and then out. Now I'm going to draw another point going out towards the side of the head. From here we're going to angle it up and out towards the left. Now I'm going to bring this back in underneath the whisker. Angling it down and in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now in between these open areas, we're going to draw in the mane. So right in the center, we're going to go all the way to the top, right in the middle, and draw in a point. From this point, I want to curve out towards the left and then in behind this point. Go back to the top and go down towards the right side. Now we're going to draw 2 more angled outwards. So from this point, we're going to go out towards the tip, draw in a point. From this point, I'm going to curve out in behind this point here. Go back to the top and then curve in the opposite direction towards the right. We'll do the same thing over on the right side. So lining this up along the top, drawing that point. Now I'm going to curve in, and then from that point we're going to curve down in behind the bottom point. Let's add some detail to the mane. So let's start with the center one here first. So right in the middle, we're going to start with a point. We're going to draw in a diamond. So from the top, we're going to angle down and out towards the left, and then out towards the right. Now we're going to come down towards the center. Now in between this point and the top, we're going to step down, draw in another point. From here, we're just going to angle up, leaving a little gap on the outside, on both sides. Now from here, I just want to taper towards the side of the mane. We're going to do that exact same thing on the sides here. So starting with this one here, start in the center, draw a point. Now we're going to come down at an angle. With 2 lines. Now we're going to come down towards the center. Now in between this point and the top point, we'll draw a little point here. Angle up and out towards the left and the right. Now we're going to curve down towards the side. Let's go and do the same thing on the right side. So right in the middle. Now again, in between these 2 areas here, we're going to step down, draw a point. We'll angle up and out, leaving a gap on either side. Now from the bottom, we're just going to taper towards the bottom. And then from the top, we'll taper over towards the top. Now let's move down and draw in the mouth. So just below the tip of the nose, we're going to draw in a point. From here, we're going to angle down and out towards the left. From the center, we'll angle down and out towards the right. Now we're going to angle this back up and out. And then we're going to curve down towards the corner of the mouth, coming down and out towards the left, and then the right. Now from the corners of the mouth, we want to curve inwards. Starting on the left, we'll curve down and in. Both sides. Now we're going to angle up with a short line. Now from these points, I want to curve down the bottom spike. From here on the left, we're going to curve in and then just pull it out towards the left. Do the same thing on the right, curving in and then out towards the right to the same height. Now from the ends, we want to taper up, aiming towards this point here, but we're going to leave a little gap on the inside. So we taper it up to right about there. Now we're going to round out the inside. So on the left, we're going to curve in and then back out. Now we're going to draw one more point. From this point, we're going to go outwards towards the left. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. Now from here, we're just going to take this all the way to the inside corner of the mouth. So here we're going to draw a straight line aimed in. Do the same thing with the right. So starting from the mouth, angle down towards the point. Now from here, we're going to step down and draw on the bottom of the mouth. Starting from the left, we'll curve down and then back up. Now we're going to step up and draw on the edge of the tongue, curving up and then down. Now we're going to go to the side and finish off the ends of the whisker. So about halfway along this curve, I'm going to go up and out towards the left. Do the same thing on the right. Now we want to bring this inwards. So tapering it down and then into right about there. Now we're going to overlap this on top of the 3rd point. So from this point, we're going to step up, curve up and out, and then pull this in behind this point. So we want to leave a little overlap on the inside. On either side of the nose, we want to draw a little dart. So from the left, we're going to draw a point, and then on the right, we'll draw a point. From the left side, we're going to angle up and out. Same thing on the right. Now from that same center point, we're going to angle down and out. Now in these open areas down here, we're going to take these panels and just flip them over. So from this point, we're going to angle down and just locate the center right here. From this point, I want to curve up and then in behind this point, leaving a little overlap on the end. We're going to do the same thing along the bottom. Now let's do the same thing on the right side. So locating the center, just lining this up, draw a point, curve up, and then in. Same thing with the right side. Now let's add that diamond detail. So right in between here, right in the center, we're gonna start with a point. This point we're gonna go up, and we'll go out. Now we're gonna merge our way towards a center point. In between these two areas, draw a point, angle out toward the left, and then the right again, leaving a little bit of space in between. Now at the top, we're gonna blend and taper towards the top, and then the bottom. Let's do the same thing over on the right side. So we're gonna line up the tip of the diamond. We're gonna angle out, and then back in towards the center point. Now in between here, we're gonna locate the center tip, angle towards the sides. Now we're gonna taper towards the side of the mane. Now we're gonna add some fur along the center here. So from this point on the left, we're gonna step in, curve down, and then in. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're gonna taper this back up with a short curve, going up. And then we're gonna come right down towards the center point. Starting on the left, curve down, and then pull that right in towards the middle. We're gonna add a little bit of fur detail right in the center here. So in the middle, we'll draw a point, curve down, and then scoop it out towards the right. Now we're gonna hook it back towards the left with a short curve. Okay, so now that we've drawn the head, we're gonna tuck the front legs in behind. So just underneath this curve here, we're gonna start by curving down and then in for the outer part of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping in, curve down, and then in. Now from this point, I'm gonna step in, curve out the outer part of the leg, and then we'll pull that back in. Now from here, I just want to blend it to an outward curve, going out. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to line up the inside, start with a point, curve over that line, and then pull that in. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction, blending it out. Now from the top of this line, I want to curve in the opposite direction, curving down and then in. Now we're going to step in and draw on the knee. So from this line, we're going to step in, curve down. Now we're going to pull that up in behind the center fur. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping in, curve down, and then up. From this same point, I want to scoop down a little bit lower. So we're going to come down. Now I'm going to pull that up on the inside. Now I want to take the curves of the outside part of the leg, flip it over on the inside. So let's start right at the knee. We're going to curve in and then pull that inwards. Now we're going to turn it back out. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving in. Now we're going to blend this into a curve going in the opposite direction down towards the ankle. Now from the same point, I just want to hook in with a short curve. Now we're going to take these 2 points and connect it with a curve, coming down in the middle, then back up. We'll do that on both sides. Now let's draw on the paws. From the left corner here, we're going to curve out and then down. On the inside, we'll go in the opposite direction. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's separate out the paws. On the left side here, I'm going to curve up and then in. Now I'm going to taper that back down towards the bottom of the foot. Now we're going to take that and flip it over on the inside. Starting inside, we're going to curve in, taper that back down. Now in the center, we're going to go up with a straight line towards the center, and down on the right side. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now in the middle, down at an angle, and down towards the right. Now at the top of the paws, we're going to draw in a diamond. Starting in the center, we'll draw a point, angle up and out towards the left, and then the right. Now we're going to come up towards the center. We'll do the same thing on the right. Start with that point. Now we're we're gonna add a band around the ankle. Starting on the left side, we're gonna go up above the diamond and then down. We're gonna step up and draw that same curve. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're gonna tuck the hind legs in behind the front legs. So from this point here, we're gonna step in, curve out. Now we're gonna round out the knee and then pull that up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Stepping in, rounding out the thigh. Now we're gonna curve around the knee and then back up. Now from the outside of the leg, I just wanna draw on the knee. So we're just gonna curve in, just taper it inwards. Do the same thing on the right. Curving down and then taper to the side of the leg. Now let's draw on the lower leg. From the outside corner of the knee, we're gonna curve out, in, and then we're just gonna pull that out. Do the same thing on the right, going out, in, and then out. From the ankle, we're gonna curve in behind the front leg. Curving down and then in. Now let's tuck in the paws. From this corner here, we're gonna curve out and then down. And I'm gonna pull this in with a curve in behind the front paw. Now let's separate out the toes. We're gonna start with the outside, curve up, in, and then curve it down. Now you're going to see the center one right here. Starting from the corner, we're gonna go up with a straight line and an angle down. Let's draw the band around the ankle, but we're gonna curve in the opposite direction. Starting from the outside, we'll curve down and in, step up, draw that same curve. Now the final thing we're gonna do is add the tail over on the left side here. So we start on the side of the leg, curve down, up. Now I'm just gonna hook it back over towards the left. I'm gonna draw that same curve on the outside. So stepping over, just gonna follow this all the way back in behind the leg. Now let's add the tip of the tail. From the left side, we're gonna curve out and then back up towards the center. From the right side, we're gonna curve in the opposite direction, all the way to the top of the tail. Now let's draw an oval at the top here, starting from the center. Drawing an oval. Now I'm just gonna surround this along the base. Starting from the left side, curve down, and then we'll taper up towards the right side. And that's pretty much it. There's Solgaleo from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.